All right, all right, all right.
Right, all right, right.
What is that?
He's back from Alaska with gold in his pocket. And it's Monday night. And you know what that
Music.
means.
Are we on?
Monday night means Detect America.
Monday night
With
means I
me.
still can't hear your music.
You can't hear it? Oh, yeah, you
I
can.
can hear your music, but I didn't see the numbers wrong.
I'll turn that way up.
There we go.
Come on, you sitting there with
I can barely hear for some reason. I don't know.
well, better be able to hear it. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Wait, I didn't say speak yet. My God, I got 3 people in here itching to be on the show. Why? Why? Because they want to talk to Frank. They're rating my. They don't even know I'm on the show also. So let's bring it in with my 2 granddaughters, Lily and Layla.
I'm the favorite princess. No.
And my daughter Jackie.
Woo, VIP of the Frank fan club.
Yeah. Tell everyone, Jack, get in the camera. No, wait to hear this crap. Why are you here, Jack?
Just to talk to Frank.
Just to talk to Frank. And why? What do you got to say to Frank? Talk to Frank. He's right there. Have a ball.
Fan club and Josh Gates show was amazing.
Before you move, we just need a signature, Maybe come out to dinner with us.
I'll see if Josh can make it. I'll ask Josh.
Please. Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Ask him any question you want, Jack. You're on the show and you're walking back in the camera.
Okay.
Get out. No, Jackie, get in the camera.
Can I get Josh Gates shaking the cup?
She wants Josh Gates' signature.
We did already.
I'll see what I can do, but hey, give me a couple of weeks because there may be another announcement coming.
Woo!
I got an
You
announcement.
think my head is big now?
Call my people and give me Josh's number.
And
Just-
Steve, are you doing the spinning wheel tonight?
No, I'm not doing the spinning wheel tonight. Can I do my show?
Peace out. Bye.
All right, love you guys. Get out. Goodbye. Say bye, Ray.
I might have another announcement in a couple of weeks.
It ain't another announcement.
Frank's fan
Oh, yes,
club.
it is.
Frank's fan club sucks.
Frank's fan club.
All these fan clubs suck.
Fan club.
Our members are growing.
Bring
Yeah,
Champ
tell 'em.
down. Bring
No,
Champ
my
down.
members are growing.
Champ is the president of the Steve fan club. Bring him down. You know, I get no respect.
I don't know. Champ likes me an awful lot when I'm over your house for dinner. So.
Yeah, because you shove food down his face. All right. So I guess everybody wants to kind of hear the good news of what went on in. There he is. There's Ron. He's
That's
back.
Ronnie's buddy.
He's changed a little bit.
That's the one that was waving goodbye.
Oh. So, Ron, we're going to let you talk tonight.
First, I want to say to everybody out there that's wishing me happy coming back and well, I want to say thank yous all. I can't really respond to all of this because it's everybody saying, "Hey, we're glad you're back." So thanks for the warm welcome to all our viewers here. What can I say really about what happened? It was a great experience. I just, it's hard to explain. You have to go there to see what's actually being done up there. I had the pleasure of meeting Steve Pomeranke from Bering Sea Gold. We went out to his operation. We saw how he processes all his gold. That particular day, he had 250 ounces he showed us.
Oh, God.
Just
250
amazing.
ounces.
Yeah. The type of mining they do out there is called alluvial mining. What they don't, it's not hard rock where they're drilling down and trying to find veins. They're just, what they believed was, maybe 20 or 30,000 years ago, the mountain peaks used to be another 3,000, 3,500 feet taller. And through the process of erosion, it cut the mountains down. And all the gold that was in those mountains came down, is now in the dirt. And, these guys are basically what they're doing is they're moving dirt, man. It's all they're doing, moving dirt, processing the rocks, running it through a giant, looks like a high banker, but it's huge. Just an amazing place. We were at Anvil Creek. Now, Anvil Creek was where they had the gold rush back in the late 1800s, and it was one of the richest gold strikes in the world. And the lodge we stayed at had all photos of the creek back in the day with all the guys there.
Is that where Wyatt Earp and them went to?
Yeah, Wyatt Earp was up that way. Wyatt Earp was up that way. I'm not exactly sure if he was in Anvil Creek, but there are a lot of other mining camps up that way, and it's just amazing to see. I mean, in the little time that we had dozers pushing dirt for us back then, they had a pick and an axe and a donkey.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Well,
how
you guys
these
got a
guys
couple
did it.
donkeys up there this last
Yeah,
week.
well, we did have a bunch of donkeys. I'll give you that. But it was just, I can't say enough. It was a great, great experience. And then to meet Steve Pomeranke, of course, and to see that gold. I mean, it's mind shattering.
Yeah, what does 250 ounces of gold look like? Jesus.
I actually have some photos. I should have sent them to you. Maybe next week we'll put them on the show. But it's very overwhelming.
Well,
to say
here's my
the least.
question, Ron. So he did the clean out, and there was 250 ounces of gold. How long was that 1 day's worth of work for
No,
him?
that was 4 days. He said, he did it in 4 days. He was even saying that he was kind of surprised. He expected to have 500 ounces.
No good.
Yeah, and again, when we say 250, he's eyeballing it.
Right.
Yeah, they said it was something like 450,000 worth of gold, $450,000 worth
Yeah,
of gold.
somewhere in that range. Yep.
Wow.
So, but to see all that yellow in one spot, dude.
I just watched that one little clean out, like, holy crap, look at the color at the bottom of that thing, man.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Now, is it true that he yelled at John White a few times? That's what I heard.
He did yell at not him. We were fortunate. Kevin Kabak, okay, he's one of our members here. He's a retired colonel, I believe, and he took us into the Air Force base.
I saw the pictures of that. It was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we were in with the Raptor airplanes, and they're $150 million a piece. There was 5 of them there.
And they wouldn't let you fly them, huh?
No.
Well, Mr. Pomeranke bought a quarter of one. He's working towards one.
Yeah, he literally Chuck walked up to it and touched it, and the guy said, "Don't touch that plane." So Chuck got yelled at for touching the plane. We should have had Chuck on the show.
I would have gotten in trouble for that because I'd have done the same thing.
Oh yeah. They said there's
All
a
right,
special.
did you see
kind of
the
paint.
on-air sign?
No,
Well, what are you doing?
he wants to talk to Frank.
Why does he want to talk to Frank?
Listen, why are you trying to deprive these kids of me? Why? I don't understand it.
Well, wait. No, you don't know who. Come here. Come here. What? Sit.
Yes, he misses me. You want some more? You want some pasta? You want a little
Champers.
pasta?
He wants crab legs. You were feeding him.
Crab legs he liked better, but I was giving the pasta last time.
You know, I'm on the show too, champ. Are you part of Steve's fan club?
He resigned from Steve Fan Club.
Jesus Christ, I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of detective, but I got no friggin' respect.
Come up here.
Buzzkill had to come and join the show. Look, she's just walking him around with a hamburger in her hand.
I want to see how Ron is.
Oh well, Ron, what? You do know we're broadcasting, right?
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Ron.
Is there? I don't know. You know what? We need a studio again, just so I can get away from this mess. Jesus God. So you got to see the air. I saw those pictures, man.
Oh gosh,
I'd have gotten in trouble there. I'd have tried to start one or get in one. And
Steve would have climbed in the cockpit, then they would have had to replace the upholstery.
the upholstery, and they wouldn't be able to get me out. I'd probably still be in it.
we actually had the ability to walk in one of the planes, one of the big carriers that moved
The
tanks
big one. I
and
saw.
stuff
Yeah,
like
we
that.
saw the video. Somebody was videotaping.
Yeah,
That thing
yeah.
is huge.
Wow, the size of that thing. It's just amazing. So kudos out there to Kevin Cabot for getting us on there. Amazing trip. Amazing trip.
I told Oak Island that when I start over there, I'm going to need one of those as my private jet.
So
We'll see about that.
now tell us about being out in where the cabin was, where you guys stayed. You know, like what was it like out there in the wilderness? I
Well-
understand there was no phone service.
Yeah, we didn't have internet service for a while.
That would bother
we
me.
didn't have any phone service. Evidently, they used up all their stream. A lot of people go up there and they stream on their time, and they just eat up all their time. So we didn't have internet for a while, but we did get it back on, and we were able to text and stuff like that. But yes, we were out there. The claim or the place that we stayed at was right above the Pomeranke compound. So literally, we drove through his compound and up the mountainside to AKAU. So that stands for Alaska Gold Camp. So if you want to go see what the place looks like, you can go AKAU Gold, AKAUGold.com. And you'll be able to see what the area looks like. Very beautiful. I mean, yeah, it was impressive.
So tell me some of the animals you saw besides KG and Ringy.
Well, they had two fox that the owner feeds every day. So we saw the fox run by, and then we saw muskox. They would just come down and roam right through the one actually went through the camp one night. And these things they're like hairy buffaloes.
Right.
Yeah. But they're huge.
I saw John White was behind a couple of them in his truck and was filming
Yes,
them.
he was chasing them with the SUV. He's lucky they didn't turn around because there was nothing he could do if they did.
Yeah, John White posted a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, he shot a lot of good footage. The last night he actually was in our cabin with us because we had 4 people in the cabin. Yeah, he's a great guy. You know, and I mean, to name names, I could go on and on and on. But Chicago Ron was there. He had his crew, California George. This guy was like in his 80s, but we would go.
I know someone like that. I know a guy that's real old like that. That I got a nickname for him that I can't really say on the show.
Iron something or other.
Yeah. Well, no, we can't mention that. We get thrown off the air. We had
Iron Muskox Joe.
Yeah.
Mike from Boston. He reminded me of the guy in that commercial. Your cousin from Boston. Yeah, he was great. He was funny. He was the guy that found the 8-ounce or 7-ounce nugget last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
why would he go back again this year? My
fair.
God.
Well, hey, he was hoping to find the 9-ounce nugget. What can you
Yeah,
say?
he was probably right in the same spot too, where he found it last year.
Yeah.
So I thought it was cool though. You called me from the bar and passing the phone around. I got to say hi to everybody a couple times, which is really cool, and hear everybody's voice, and I thought that was cool.
We were, we had Mark Hoover, we had Gary Penta up there.
Right.
I mean, the names, John White, it just goes on. Chuck Smalley,
Frankie Juarez.
Frank Juarez.
Yeah.
Just an amazing group of detectors all in one place at one time. Oh, and to mention KG and Ringy. We
No, I
don't
won't
want to leave
mention
them out.
Well,
See,
you
I
said
don't know-
amazing detectorist. I think that's why you left them out.
Yeah.
Another great thing was they had the Axiom, the new Garrett Axiom up there. So we had an opportunity to play with it. So they passed it around, and it's a good machine. It's got potential.
Didn't they do the same thing with Ringy?
Ringy,
Passed him around. Didn't they pass
Yeah.
him around? Oh,
Yeah, but
That's
that was
why
voluntarily.
that's why everybody got
different.
sick.
He naturally just goes and sits on people's laps.
yeah, still laps. And
I'll be right back, guys.
I'm hoping that how do you put it? They took a lot of video, and I hope it met to their specifications, and everybody liked it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just, it was a definite, a great experience, man. I wouldn't have given it up for the world. You know, a lot. You know, we went down into Nome, into the actual town, and you want to talk about like something out of like a Wild West movie. I mean, basically, you go down this street and there's a couple of buildings on each side. It's modernized, you know.
Wait, wait.
But it's just.
What are you doing? What are you springing?
So I had my doors open all day long. And so my dogs can go in and out. And so when it gets cool at night, for some reason, mosquitoes come in and they sit in this corner of my kitchen. They're biting the crap out of my legs.
No, get rid of the mosquitoes.
So I sprayed some yard guard in my corner of my kitchen.
Nice.
Spray it on your salad. It usually tastes better that way. So, Ron, all right. So now they take you out detecting. Tell us about that. Describe the detecting part.
We had 3 areas that were specifically where they would go in with a dozer and push the dirt. Because like anything, like we go with farm fields every year, they turn the field.
Right.
Well, they would go into this area and push the dirt, and that would turn up some more nuggets.
So this was all, even that was the detecting was all for the, you know, basically you were hunting for gold. There was no like artifact hunting or anything.
No, not really. But I mean, some coins were kicked up, Indian head pennies and stuff, because that area where we were along the creek, Anvil Creek, there used to be houses, like little shanties that these people lived in. You know, so there was like lead from glass windows and stuff like that. Bullets all over the place, casings, actual bullets. So, you know, they seem to get drunk and shoot a lot up there.
There's not much more to do.
And
so, okay, so you're basically dirt hunting. You used your Equinox.
Yes, I use the Equinox, and you need a pick. There's no real shoveling up that way. Everything is busted up chunks of rock. So you're hacking away at these rocks and pulling it away. No shovels. Okay. And then you know, on those 3 areas, that was cool. They had one area that they had the high bankers set up. High bankers are machines that basically feed water through a box. And they got these piles of tailing piles that they bring over with a front loader, and you shovel it and you put it in there, and the rocks get rinsed off, and all the dirt and mud go down the bottom, and they have these mats that catch the little flakes of gold because they're heavier. So that was really cool, but that's a lot of work, man, because you're shoveling these giant hills.
Oh, were you doing that too?
I did some of that. That's where this gold came from. There's not much there.
Okay.
You can't really see
So
it.
did you not find any gold with your metal detector?
I did find gold when we went up by the extinct glacier, which is no longer there. There's gold in here. Again, it's small. If I take it out, it may, you know,
you may lose it.
I don't want to lose it. But these are like more like on the small picker side. They're even a little bit smaller than a picker.
So this is I want to try and picture you detecting. So what mode were you using?
Well, this gold is so fine, we basically had to use the gold monster. Okay. The Equinox was able to see it. The problem is this gold is so small that the iron in the rock shows a negative number.
Okay.
Okay. And then you kind of isolate it. And it's one of the things that we found out with one of the guides, because all I was getting a negative nine. I said, you know, something's not right here, because they know there's gold there from the other detectors.
Right.
So what we did is we started to isolate the signals a little bit, and then the number would drop to -4. Then it would drop down to 1, or then it go back to 0. But you had to go short strokes, and then when you hit a 0 repeatedly, you dug, and it was a piece of gold. You know.
So theoretically, you did find gold with the Equinox?
If the pieces were bigger, it probably would have done a lot better.
Absolutely. I mean, the guys that were finding like 2 and 3 gram nuggets, and a lot of them were found. They would ring a positive number. They might ring 3. They might ring 4.
Right.
Okay. But in the real world, in alluvial gold hunting, you're finding really small stuff. And when I see you guys, I'll show you this stuff, and you're going to say the metal detector actually found that, saw
Right.
that.
Okay. Right. But that was the GP 5000.
No, I was using the Mine Lab Gold Monster.
Gold Monster.
Gold Monster.
2000.
Okay.
That has an actual boost circuitry in it. So when it does see them small flaker things that like
Right.
one, it screams at them. I mean, bam! I mean, you
So
can't. I mean,
that Gold Monster is a VLF.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And basically, once you get that signal, it's mixed in with the other like small rocks and dirt. So yeah,
Right.
those they look like plastic spoons. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Right. We saw. Yeah.
So once you dug out your area, you scoop it, and then you pass the scoop in front of the coil.
Right. It tells you that it's in
And if
there.
it's there, then you
Right.
have to take half of that scoop and dump it into the other scoop. and
Right. Because
recheck.
there's
And
a
then
pinpointer won't work.
now it's too small for.
Too
So
small.
you
I
got to
you.
keep going back and forth till you get
Right.
less and less and less, and then finally you got just the scoop with some fine little pieces on the bottom, and you
Uh-huh.
really can't even see the gold. You got to make sure it's in there, and then you just press down, and if it's dirt, it squashes. But when you get to the piece of gold, it's hard.
Right.
It's
Okay.
a lot
It's
of work.
unique. It's unique. Yeah. A lot of work for a little spec. Yeah.
Absolutely. But like I said, it's an experience I'll never forget.
But I kind of want to think. I'm trying to picture about the Equinox working. But were they using it in the gold mode or any other type mode?
They were using it in the gold mode, but they're also hunting in like a field mode. It
Right.
didn't really matter because if the gold was a big enough piece to hit
It
that
picked it up.
2 or 3 number, the machine
Right.
was going to see it.
Right. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I
That's
was
good to
hunting
know.
in the beach mode with it for a while. We went out to another.
Right.
Went to another site, which was called a Russian site, and that was an old Russian claim that they don't have the rights to push dirt on.
Right.
But we went up there, and Ron Gaziano found a nice. I think he found like a 3-gram nugget up there.
Okay.
Some guys pulled some nuggets off of there, but there was a lot of lead in there. I don't know, they just must target shoot or whatever. But casings and
AK-47
stuff.
lead.
Yeah, there was all
From
kinds.
the
Ballistic
AK-47.
off lead.
Yeah, Then they had another thing called a slick plate. Just imagine a high banker, okay, on steroids. They drive dump trucks in, and they put an entire dump truck on this plate, and they rake it down, and it goes through this one thing where it separates the bigger rocks from the smaller rocks.
Right.
Then it goes down into that like matting. And KG Ringy and a kid Anthony who was up there, they spent a good portion of the day. They did 2 dump truck loads. They got some nice gold out of that amount of dirt. They moved a lot of dirt to get that gold.
Wow.
But,
So a bunch of different ways of trying to score gold. Besides detecting, you're doing the prospecting. What with Steve
Right.
away
and
with the high
panning.
bankers and all.
You could do panning also.
Did you pan it all?
The only panning that I tried, and John White actually helped me with, because you got to have that skill for that little stuff. You got to know what you're doing, otherwise you wash it right out of the pan.
Right. I did it for 3 minutes. Hated it.
Yeah. What we did is we panned the muck that we got out of the high bankers. Nobody actually went into the stream and dug out some of the rubble in the stream. That's what I kept thinking. That would be a good spot. But the water runs fast, and let me tell you something. It's very cold.
It's cold. And what about the daylight? How did you sleep now? I saw a picture John White posted. It was 11 o'clock at night, and you would think it was 12 in the afternoon.
Absolutely. Sun came up at 5:30 in the morning, went down around 1:30 at night. You had 4 hours of darkness. That's it. And the camp is alive all night long because people aren't going. It's still light out. The people that are working there are working. The guys are moving around. They had a great room, so if you wanted to go get a snack, no television. So there was no TV, no newscasts, no.
Wait,
nothing.
hold on.
No expedition unknown? Oh,
No,
We
yeah,
can't
we
have that. No.
There's no TV.
no
There's
TV.
no internet.
No. Well, the internet.
And no convenience stores. What did you do for coffee? That's my big question.
Oh, they had all that in the great room. They had a great room that also was where they cooked our food. They had snacks in there. They had coffee. They had everything there. You could drive down to town, down into town on your SUV because everybody who was there had an SUV. It was the only way to get around.
Uh-huh.
And you could go down. They had a convenience store.
They did.
They had a bar in town.
How far away is that town from your camp?
Well, by SUV, four-wheeler, a good half hour, 45 minutes. So it wasn't an easy commute.
And no Wawa.
No Wawas up there. No
Asian massage parlor.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they had some kind of really strange places there.
Okay, so I would have been entertained basically.
That's probably true. Probably true.
They had Stevie Entertainment. Is basically what you're saying.
Yes, that's something for you to do. But
It's something there for everyone. Then everybody's got their
absolutely. I mean, it's just I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff. I mean, the trails run all through the mountains, and they basically say you got to stay on the trail because you want to drive what they call on the tundra. The tundra is like a grass growth. It's almost a covering on the ground.
Right.
If you destroy that, it takes years for that to come back. I believe Sean Pomeranke at one time cut across the road and went up to the camp, and they told me it was 10 years ago, and you could still see the ruts where he went up through the tundra because it doesn't replenish like quickly. So there was a lot of great stories up there.
Let's fly around. So how about bald eagles everywhere?
We saw some. I mean, well, as you all know, Tim is a bird enthusiast, so he had his camera up there, and he was going around taking pictures of birds. I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't
shouldn't he have left the chalet to do that?
Yeah,
Depends on what kind of birds he was shooting.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean,
yeah, no, he would go out on the SUV and go up in the trail, and he would hear the certain birds. He knew the calls and stuff, and he was taking pictures. He took a lot of nice pictures up there. Yeah. I liked it. Then the guys went out fishing a couple nights.
So what were some of those fish they caught?
That was a northern pike.
Oh,
They were pike. That's what I thought.
Thing was 43 inches long.
Yeah, that wasn't a northern pike. That was a northern monster.
Yes. And one night we had fish fry with that. They cut it up and did a fish fry. Boy,
pike is good food if you know how to get the damn bones out of it. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
I just starved that night. I don't eat fish.
Oh no, you would have enjoyed that. It was. I mean, you're talking coming right out of the water and eating it.
I know that, but you know me and fish. It just don't work.
Yeah, but good pike cooked right, it's almost like a scallop, man. That's a dense good meat.
And then they did get a salmon one night. And then he put it in the smoker, and he just put it out for everybody to eat. So we had smoked salmon.
Did the guys catch it? Frankie Juarez, those guys catch anything? Or
well, they went out on the boat. I know John caught some. I don't know if Frankie did or not because I didn't really ask him. But there was a lot of fish caught. The first night out they didn't get much of anything, but the second night out is when they really nailed the stuff. I know they went for salmon. I don't think they got any salmon. Everything was northern pike. But to get northern pike, you had to drive, I think it was 30 miles down to where the boat went out. And then it was like another 30 or 60 miles on the water, on the boat. So it wasn't like you went out and you just fished off the shore.
Right.
But that's where they saw the bear, when they were on the boat. And, they saw a couple other animals out that way, but really very, very impressive. Very impressive.
How did the children behave?
Children? There was no children up there.
KG and Ringy.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, well, they were behaving themselves.
And the other two. What about the other two, Mark and Gary?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. When I see you guys, I'm gonna show you my phone. Because guess
Yeah,
who left
that's
the
my.
phone?
That was my next question.
Yeah, yeah. I got some real good pictures of those two guys on my phone. So, we'll.
That scares me.
Yeah.
Nah, that's great. I mean, just to get out there and hang out with those guys and laugh and talk and get to know them.
Absolutely. It was just a super, super time.
Because when we
And,
go places, we go to these hunts, we never really have enough time to talk to them.
Absolutely. Well,
And
I had enough time. I had enough time.
I know. I
The
figured
whole week.
I have enough time. I talked.
yeah, there was no TV. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch KG and Ray lick Ronnie's ear.
Yeah, there you go.
So now you get home and what happened?
As far as
Your health. Everybody got sick.
well, a lot of people got sick in the camp, and then some people got sick when they got home. They're real mild case. Well, at least us, it's mild. With me, it's a mild case of COVID, supposedly. But all I'm doing is coughing a little bit. A couple guys in camp got pretty sick. They missed a couple of days.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I mean,
that's a
hey,
shame.
Yeah.
I thought that stuff was gone.
Well, who knows?
I guess between being on airplanes and restaurants, I guess
Well, that's it. You were traveling. I mean, I went from Philly to Seattle. So I was in the
Yep.
Philadelphia airport. I was in the Seattle airport. I was
Yep.
in the Anchorage airport. And then the next day I flew from Anchorage to Nome. I was in the Nome airport. And then,
Plus everybody else being on airplanes.
exactly. So, you're around that stuff.
Plus-
You're
Plus, Ringy's sticking his tongue in people's ears. I mean,
well, yeah, that's true. And thinking that he was the first one to get sick, I could assume that he gave it to me. But
we can
that's
blame the
okay.
airports, but we kind of know it was Ringy.
yeah, but that's okay. If I wouldn't want to get it from anybody else but my buddy Ringy.
Yeah, exactly. If you got to get it, you might as well get it from Tim. What the hell?
But yeah, that was a great time.
We're
The
just glad you
scenery, like I
enjoyed the
said, is
trip. I mean,
awesome.
I really do.
From our
really
camp,
great.
you can actually see the Bering Sea. It's
Right.
in the distance, but you can actually see it. So, yeah, it was,
That's cool.
a lot of fun. And then they said they were surprised on how good the weather was. The first 4 days we were there, literally the weather was anywhere between the upper 50s to the 70s.
Nice.
And then we only had rain on Thursday, and that day we went into town and hung out in town a little bit.
That's my temperature though. Anywhere from 50 to 70, I'm good with.
That's
Yeah.
perfect weather, man.
I'd have been wearing a tank top.
Yeah. No, it's
And Crocs.
It's quite a. There's no place like Nome. Let's leave it at that. So,
How well would I have done in Crocs?
yeah, no, I don't think so. You needed that. Boots were definitely must. Sneakers were. I wouldn't even suggest sneakers. Now, when I say boots, they don't have to be, like the boots you wore when you were a kid when you went out to play in the snow.
Right.
Those are
But-
good to have too. But like a good walking boot.
You needed something with something sturdy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, good. I
So-
see Celeste is saying Dan Graham. He's a great guy. I spent a lot of time with Dan. I mean, just super people that were up there, man. We had a super time. I can't say enough. It was a really fun trip.
Well, be prepared because it was 99 today, and tomorrow's going to be 100.
Well, that's okay. I work from my basement. It's cold as heck down here.
I sit in the air conditioning all day too.
Yep.
Well, you didn't miss nothing here, Ron. I went out the last 2 days on the beach and I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing to show for it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Except that I did get to hunt Saturday and Sunday with Brian Monroe. We had a nice time.
Okay, nice.
And we got out on the beach together. It's great to hunt with him, man. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I was ready to go, but I had 11 groups of people walking through my house.
Yeah, Frank said he was going to go.
I had planned on going 10 o'clock the night before, 10 o'clock on Friday night. He said, "Yo, I got 3 or 4 groups of people coming through, and a couple coming through on Sunday too."
And I got up early, man. I was up at like 6:30 both days.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I did get Brian Monroe's legend tweaked up and ready to go.
Yes, Susan Toker said, "Ron, would you ever go again?" You know, I would like to go again, but you know, it's really a young man's game. At 63, I struggled sometimes. You know, there was a lot backbreaking work. You know, maybe if I dropped 20, 30 pounds, exercised a little more, I would
That's my
consider.
goal, Ron. I'm going to drop 20 or 30 years, and then maybe I'll go.
I'm going to drop 200 pounds and get rid of Frank.
I'm sorry,
Nobody-
194 pounds. Thank you.
Nobody got hurt, and there were no injuries, right?
No, there was actually no injuries. We were very fortunate because you know it's. They were saying a couple weeks before us they had 2 SUVs. When you're going, there's trails and stuff, and sometimes you're in a brushy area. The trail goes through the brush. One SUV going one way, one going another way, and they were traveling. I guess they came around a bend. They hit head on.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No
you
stop
can't.
signs,
You know, you got to be careful. You know, a lot of these guys get on those. They call them bikes. They're 4-wheeler ATVs.
Yeah, well, they
you
call
know.
snowmobiles snow machines, so we don't listen to them.
Yeah, so obviously these guys. I mean, these things. I at times I was clipping 40 miles an hour with mine.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And it's easy if you come around the bend and somebody's there, you got a problem. Yeah. So. Yeah, it was very interesting to say the least. Very interesting.
Good.
I took a picture one night. It was about 9:30 at night, and the sun was just sitting there in the sky. 9:30 at night. It was pretty cool.
That's
How about the star?
that-
How about the stars at night?
Usually, by 1 o'clock, I was already in bed.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, you didn't see it
were
because
you
you
awake
didn't have
long
much
enough to
sleep.
see the stars, Ron?
Yeah, no, I did not see any stars. You know, now that you said that, I really should have stayed up one night just to see.
So how bad were there mosquitoes?
There were a lot of mosquitoes, but not as bad as I would have thought. You know, they really played it up, but I mean, we didn't have a lot of rain, and maybe the rain draws the mosquitoes out. But they
Right.
were out there. Don't get me wrong. They were out there, and they were a pain in the butt. But fishing injury, John White, fishing area. Yes, call Mark. So somebody got hurt fishing? I don't know. I'm just trying to read them as it's
Fishing
scrolling.
injury.
Yeah, I heard John White he tried to eat that pike raw.
Yeah, someone asked for the pictures. I guess the best way to find some of the pictures is to go on Chuck Smalley and John
John
White's
White's page, yeah. for
John
sure.
White's page, because John, you know, from what I've seen the posts, I think John had done the best.
Yeah, he seemed to have documented it the best.
Yeah. So it was really great, and you know, we should, you know, in the future, we should try to get some of these guys on to talk a little bit about their.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because definitely everybody had their own experience, you know, and none of it was bad, you know, other than maybe for the guys who got a little sick, but.
Yeah, it's a shame, and it's a shame that is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
this world has come to, is having a damn COVID and just ruin your time. At least ruin, you know, you're on a trip for what, 10 days, and you're taking 2 out of it being sick. You know, that's
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, we're probably at the camp maybe 6 days when you think about it, because
right.
you know,
Most of
all
your time,
of it was travel time.
right, 2 days traveling there and 2 days back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. But still, and then getting sick and
Yeah.
taking the time down.
Mhm.
So, did any guys go home with a good amount of gold in their pocket, or?
Well, yeah, little. I think it's little L.I. Digger. We call him Little Digger, but it's actually Illinois Digger. I.L. Digger. He had found the one nugget alone was an ounce, just under an ounce.
Right.
So
Now, how
I
did he
think
find
found
that?
A couple other smaller pickers.
Yeah, do you know how he found that?
He found I want to say he was using the Equinox, and he wasn't very far away. He was first guy to hit a nugget was I want to say, was it King George or was it Ringy? I don't remember. They're gonna get pissed that I don't remember.
Yeah, they threw it in the ground. So go ahead.
But like he was in an area, and then he kind of walked in a different direction, and this guy, Lil Digger, Li Digger, he came in and found it kind of close to where he was.
Good.
But to the boys, KG and Ringy, they got gold in the pock, as they say.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's great. I mean, hey,
absolutely.
It's not an adventure you're going to take every year. So, you got out, you did it, and you got it done.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But being as much as fun actually doing it and being there as being with the guys.
Right.
These are guys that I've met over the years, but never really had. You spend a day or two with them at an event, but here you had guys locked up for 5 days.
Right.
And you really got to know them.
Yeah. Well, like the Florida hunts and everything.
Yep.
People like KG and Ringy and Mark and Gary, people swarm around them, and I always give the respect of giving them their space, because I know there'll be times we get to talk alone, but there was none of that hype around, not the swarms of people around them, which gave you more time to talk to them.
Well, Celeste, I got a couple of garnets. You will find natural garnets out there. And she had asked who found garnets, but I think a lot of guys found garnets. Small ones.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty neat.
I didn't know they were out there either.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Oh, good. So, okay, moving on to bigger and better things.
Well, you want to hear my wild animal story?
What do you got? Groundhog in the basement?
I had realtors through my house on Saturday morning. Well, half the day Saturday, and a couple of them yesterday morning. So last night I'm sitting in my living room, and I hear bottles clinking, and I got some antique bottles of crap on the shelf downstairs. I didn't think anything of it. I figured maybe they moved something and it fell later on. Then I heard a bang on my Bulco door.
Again.
But yeah, nothing. Because this afternoon, I'm sitting here looking at the computer, and I hear the bang on the Bulco door, and I hear stuff rustling around. Like, what the freak? I open my basement door, and right in front of the steps, comes and looks up, man, there's this baby groundhog. Just sitting there looking at me. I went down, I opened up the Bulco door, and I guess he got out. But I used to have my washer and dryer run out one of the windows, the old basement windows, and I had boarded it up and everything. But I went and looked at it; they had pushed through a corner of it.
Pushed through,
and he fell in. That's the first crash I heard. But at the second time,
why didn't you just pick him up? He wouldn't let you pick him up.
No. And he was a baby too. He was cute.
That's what I mean. Usually when they're small, you just pick them the hell up and throw them out.
He stopped at the bottom of that step and looking at me. And I started going down the steps. I thought maybe he was going to let me get to him, but he took off. So I went down and I opened up the door, and I heard rustling around. I figured he got out. I hope.
Yeah.
But
he's still in there.
Wild animal. I thought it was a muskox at first, but now it was a baby.
It was a muskox.
No, muskox. You would know, buddy.
So anyone who's watching who's a member of the South Jersey Metal Detecting Club, Thursday there's a meeting at 7 p.m. at the Barrington Fire Hall this week. They're having an auction. Basically, what happens is people bring things to donate to the club to auction off to raise money for the club. If you're interested in becoming a member of the South Jersey Metal Detecting Club, you can send me or Frank a message. We can get you the right information to get you to join the club. If you're interested in attending the meeting this Thursday, send us a message.
That's something I want to tell you after the show too, about something that came up that was pretty cool.
What, the South Jersey Metal Detecting Club?
About the club, yeah.
Okay. And the meeting is being held at the Barrington Fire Hall in Barrington, New Jersey. So, Tom Davis, you better leave now if you want to join.
Yeah, I
There
got a couple things I'm bringing down to donate.
there are a lot of members of Detect America that are part of that club, and a lot of members of Detect America who probably are interested in joining. I know it's August and people have a lot of summer plans going on, so don't worry. The meetings are every second Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. They're always in Barrington, New Jersey, and we're looking to rejuvenate the club. We're looking to get some younger members in there.
Exactly. More new members, expand the members that are already there,
And they do a lot.
Nice club, it's a good group of people.
We have speakers almost every month. Something happens every month at the meeting.
Occasionally, I get to speak.
Rich
Ronnie-
Scarpinato, Mr. Rich Scarpinato, who's a member of Detect America, is the president of the South Jersey Club, and it's really picking up. It's going to pick up. It's going to be great. There's a big group hunt coming up in September, and then he's working on getting some things done, more things done next year. I mean, we talked to him a lot. He's got a lot of plans, and right now he's doing a lot of catching up.
Yeah, for sure.
The club was shut down for 2 years because of COVID. So you got a lot of catching up to do, So South Jersey Metal Detecting Club, it's a very good little community, and a lot of things go on there that.
Yeah, but I believe it. They do a lot of stuff. We're always having fun hunts down the beach in summer. They put together little hunts. In the winter months, we go to other clubs. We go to what's his name in Pennsylvania? What's his name? The guy that we went to that club hunt we went to. I can't think of anybody.
Woody.
Oh, okay.
But they're like involved in each other's clubs. It's a good club. It's a good group of guys and girls.
Yeah, Woody McKay is a great guy.
Yep.
So he might even be there this month. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I definitely won't be there because when I come back from being away, it takes me 2 weeks to catch up. So I won't be down there Thursday night.
yeah. So what was it like when you got home and all those complaints were at your door?
Oh yeah, well, hey, people, it was pretty good. Most people understood I was away. That's.
Hey,
that's
you got it.
thing.
You know what people don't understand, and like I said, I've spoken about it. You need your weekends off. Okay, you need to have your vacation. How do I put it? Yeah, Ronnie, from what I understand, there's the weekends happen and Mrs. DeGhetto goes out and does things and Ron sits home on the weekend, and when we had first met Ronnie's like, you know what, all I do is work. I never get out much. I haven't gotten out at all. And we said we were going to try and change that. And it looks like we have.
Yep.
So I just want to say, somebody's asking me what my dogs are barking at. They're barking at the groundhog. That would be a no because the house is filling up with skunk aroma. So that means the dogs are outside chasing a skunk around. It's gonna be another fun. The other night, my dog had to go out. This was 1 o'clock in the morning. Had to go out, bark at the door. So I let the dog out. And then within 10 seconds, I had every window in the house opened up. I was gagging because I don't know how he didn't get hit, but you couldn't breathe in this house because he hit a skunk. We have a very cute family of skunks that likes to live underneath one of the decks. So.
For some reason, this year seems to be pretty active on skunks.
Skunks. I've had chickens this year, turkeys.
Everybody's talking about skunks this year, And
every night there's an aroma in the air. I'm not sure if it's just guys rolling up some fun or skunk. I'm not sure.
Now that they legalize weed, there's a lot of skunk in the air, right?
It's hard to determine what it is. I'm pretty sure what I'm smelling now is an actual skunk, though.
Well, it would really suck if you went outside and got sprayed. That's all I'm saying.
I thought for sure my Rico got sprayed last night, but he didn't. Somehow missed him. But I'll tell you what, it didn't matter because I was cleaning. The next day I was cleaning up, sweeping because I had people coming through, and I'd get to a corner of the kitchen and I'd sweep, and you would smell skunk because the house was so full of the aroma. It was like laying in the corner still.
How funny would it have been if you opened the door and it wasn't a groundhog? It would have been a skunk. Oh, that I wanted to hear.
Don't think I didn't think about that. I thought about that because the skunk's little lair is about 15 feet from that window.
Yeah. So, I want to bring up a topic, and you may not be able to talk about it, Frank, but you made a post, and I got to put this out there. I
Know
mean,
about the guy, the old man?
yeah. I mean, folks.
I mean, I'll tell the story. I mean, because he's still badgering me, by the way.
Well, I don't understand what people expect. I mean, there's no lifetime warranty on the ugly box.
Here's the thing. This was an ugly. This was when I'm talking the ugly boxes we built when Ronnie first came on board. It wasn't bought through any dealer. He bought this off of a friend of his.
Right. And this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say about the ugly box. When they're sold, they come with a 1-year warranty. Okay. But it's not like if you had it for a couple of years and have a problem that Frank's not going to fix or take care of it for you. He goes out of his way. I know this personally, that he goes out of his way to help people with the ugly box. Number one, takes phone calls all day long sometimes for people wanting to use it. And, but when you buy an ugly box from someone else, okay, you're buying it secondhand used, number one. Okay.
And it worked. He told me it worked. He used it a lot.
Then he took it apart
and cut the wires.
And what part of voids the warranty does that mean? Okay, you take it apart, try and put it back together, and then say, "Oh, it's broken. Hey, Frank, can you fix it for free?"
Well, that wasn't even the thing. So he cut the wires because he thought he was going to replace wires in it. He said, "I cut the wires, and then I had no idea how to put it back together." So we took it to an electrician friend of his, and the electrician guy simply matched up the wires and soldered them back together. So
that don't work.
Then he cleaned the terminals like I told him. The machine worked. So he asked me if I could build. We used to build this thing called the Copperhead, which would convert the old units into you could power them up with one power pack. The problem is that this was the first one, so even the voltage that ran the system was different. It wasn't the same. So in order for me to build that, I would have to accumulate the parts, and it's not the parts I use today. So I wound up spending like $40, and I got, because I couldn't buy this one part, I had to buy 10 of them. And I told him, I said, I don't know how long it's going to be. I said, because I have to get these parts to see if I can put one together for you. And then, besides all the crap that happened in my life this past 6 months, I simply haven't gotten it all together. But I told him, I don't know how long it's going to be. I'm doing it for free. He gave me the excuse that he's retired military. He's retired police. He was the undersheriff. And in the meantime, I just get a text that says, I'm a piece of crap. You should stop telling everybody you were a cop because you're an embarrassment to law enforcement.
Oh yeah, one of those deals.
Yeah, and I said, and I went off a little bit. I was like, dude, I said, it's the part I have to find the pieces, build it, and hope that it works on the machine that you gutted. And I told you it wouldn't be for a while. And
you know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm going to say, and we've seen this done before.
And he's told me to put his name out there, but I'm not.
Well,
on the outside chance that everything he's telling me is true, and he's a little, off the ball.
Frank, we've seen this done before, where people think that they should get an ugly box for free because, how do I put it? They are someone who deserves it for no other reason than, they're an influencer. So I'll promote it if you give me one.
He influenced me to have a drink that night.
But what I'm saying is, you want an ugly box. You purchase one. It seems to me like he tried to buy one for $25 and now I think he wants you to replace it with a brand new one. And, if he was if he's a retired police officer and he's poor, then maybe he didn't make it to his pension. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying that I've been watching the Ugly Box since day one of you creating it. I've seen what you have done for people in regards to repairs and working with people, and you don't skimp. You know what I'm saying?
No,
People,
and the thing is, I got calls. I got guys all the time that send me a unit, and it's probably out of warranty, and I take it in because I know it's probably nothing more than cleaning the terminals or
exactly.
replacing the wire.
But this is one where it's taken apart.
Yeah, it was taken apart, and he told me I took it apart, and then I cut all the interior wires.
Wait a minute, did you get it back? You got it back from him?
No, he never sent it to me.
He's never even sent it to you. So what are we getting at here?
Exactly.
What are you supposed to do? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now he's complaining, but he never sent you the box?
And that's the thing is I'm building the part. I'm building the part from memory because we haven't built that in 4 years. This unit. I don't carry the parts in the shop anymore.
He never even sent you the box.
No.
So what is it he wants? What does he want?
He wants a part because he told me that his electrician friend got it working.
No,
He wants a part that run both sides of it with a power pack, which he apparently has, but didn't buy from us. So I don't even know if the power pack is the reason it didn't work in the first place.
I apologize. Warranty void, please.
Yeah. But
No.
the sob story that I got laid on, and again, if it's true, I was more than happy to do it for a retired cop, for a retired vet. I had no intention of charging this guy a penny for it. It's just that, and those who know me know that I've had a pretty hectic 6 months. I get it. And we're not even talking 6 months. We're talking 3. And this guy would contact me every week, and I would tell him exactly where I was in this process. And it was a freebie. He was using it. He had the battery. He had the battery.
You don't even have the box.
No.
What process is there?
No. And there would be nothing to tell him for me to send it to him and say, "Oh, it doesn't work," and then start hemming me up for a power pack and this and that. Regardless, it was just that I was willing to do this for this guy. I was willing to do it for nothing, and then he just jumped all over me and attacked me. And
I can tell you, in the 8 years we've had Detect America, we have had people. We have given so many things to people, so many. How do I put it? We get messages behind the scenes all the time. I wish I had an Ugly Box, but I can't afford them. And we really do get solicited for a lot of things. Like I think people think we could just give away metal detectors if they just.
But we have given metal detectors that I have accumulated for whatever reason, and we've given them. We've given them to people that needed them. I have no problem with that.
I understand, but there's been times we've done it for people.
Yeah.
And then they expect us to do more and more. And then when we don't, Then we don't, they badmouth us. Then we've had people tell us, "Oh, I can't afford one of them fancy metal detectors." And the next thing you know, on Facebook, they're like, "Hey, look at the new truck I bought."
Yes, that was the one guy who kept getting, and I was buying into it. And then I go to the page and I see he's got like warehouses full of crap he's selling. Like, what?
I know.
Look at my new Sig Sauer.
It's just right, and then we're like, so that's what it sounds like, another fishing expedition.
I get it, and like I said, the guy sounded old to me, and I was willing to do it. The story was such that even if it was a scam, it was a good enough story where I was going to do it for nothing just because.
Or we go somewhere and people are like, "Hey Frank, just give me an Ugly Box."
There's pretty much not a vet out there that couldn't call me and ask me to fix something for him, and I wouldn't at least try to do it.
Right, but
let alone being a retired vet and a retired cop.
What about those times that we're out and somebody goes, "Hey Frank, why don't you give me an Ugly Box?" Like, and they mean it.
Let me pull one out of my rear end.
But they mean it, and we're like, just
I like the times that we roll up the people on the beach, and they're using a machine, and they're using a kitty sifter, and if we happen to have something in the truck, we'll hand it to them. Just here, take this. You're going to find it a lot easier to use.
This is that's different. I'm talking about people that solicit us with stories of needing a liver transplant, and we have done a lot of good things for people, and then it backfires on us.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop doing.
But like I said, though, for you not to get the box back and the warranty be void like that, there's no.
And that's kind of why I didn't think it was a scam at first, because the guy told me straight up. He goes, "Listen, I did a no. I tried to open the box up. I couldn't open it up, so I cut the wires." I like, okay. He goes, but and I was trying to do a favor on a box that I don't build anymore. I don't have one of these boxes handy. I would have to do this from memory or beg someone with an old box to send me one. And I was willing to do that. That's the only thing. So to come at me like, and then it did attack my career in law enforcement. What the hell that got to do with anything?
Send them the X-ray of the bullet. Send them the picture of the X-ray with the bullet and see how that works.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong day. That kind of shocked me. It kind of set me back a little bit. I was like, "What the hell?" It is what it is.
Well, we'll see.
A lot happened while I was away, huh?
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't drown him. What can I tell you?
So, are we giving anything away? Because if not, I'm going to bed.
I've got 2. And by the way, folks, I have gotten around to shipping some of your prizes out. So do me a favor. When you get them, tell everybody so they know I'm actually shipping stuff.
When you get them next July. When you get them in July, tell everybody you got them.
Listen, if they come with a Florida postmark, just don't be surprised. We got 2. We're giving away 2 trifectas and a walking Liberty quarter, standing Liberty quarter. But yes, packages have left the building.
All right. So in usual Detect America style, I've got all the names. I'm going to pick a name. Let me shuffle them. And let's see who we got. Oh, I see Paul Bresch's name on here. He's awesome. Hi, Paul.
Haven't seen Paul in a while.
And why? Why? Josh Kimmel.
Josh is why Josh Kimmel? Because he wins. Him and Tamara, they gang up. They win every now and then.
Josh, that's for a.
Listen, I'm not saying I ship them their prizes, but they win.
Josh, that's for a trifecta. So if you answer up in 1 minute, which usually only takes you about 20 seconds.
Listen, if you go to FH8 or you go to the Illinois Hunt, just go into this contest knowing that when I go to those events, that's probably when you'll get your prize.
Wow.
Just ask Phil Bortner and Josh Kimmel.
I see Shelly in here. Hi, Shell, Dawn. Oh, good to see everybody. I was kind of trying to pay attention to the
It's good to see Donnie home.
Chat. All right, so Josh Kimmel won that. He answered up. He's an awesome guy. This next one will be for a trifecta. And I can tell you the winner is not Shelly Williams. Pamela Jean. Pamela Jeant. Pamela Jean T.
Pamela Jeant.
I don't know. I don't know if
she has tried to tell me how to pronounce it on text. It doesn't work.
Oh, so the T is part of her name?
The who?
The T is actually part of her name?
I don't know.
Pamela Jean T. Pamela Jean T. Oh, that could be it.
Oh, I get it. She must have stuck all of them together. I've been pronouncing it wrong for 12 years.
What do I know either? But Pamela, if you answer up within 1 minute, you will.
Oh yeah, how about that? I always thought it was. Now I get it, Pam.
Why she answered up?
Somebody answered up, but I don't think it was.
No. I'm not seeing a response yet. I'm seeing a lot of congratulations and everything else.
Let me see if I got. Oh, I do have this up. Hold on.
So Greg Muncie said he got the package within a week or two from California, but was that one that Frank sent out? Because if it was
It was from California. It was obviously not one.
no, in California. He lives in California.
Well, it's possible. Listen,
I don't see Pamela answering up, and it's been a minute. So, Pam, you got to be null and void.
maybe she's walking the dog.
She probably left when you started telling that story about the groundhog. As I saw viewership just drop out of nowhere.
I would have liked to have kept him. I thought he was very cute. I was going.
Yeah, you were gonna name him Steve.
I was going to name him Steve.
And feed him pizza. All right.
Kind of like I do with your dog.
Yeah, crab legs. You're feeding my dog crab legs. All right, next person up is John Damian. John Damian. He's won before.
Yes, sir.
And I think I saw him posting earlier. So, oh yeah, we gotta
Oh yeah, I want to mention that the John Porchella.
Yeah, just let's do this giveaway and then we'll mention that. Okay, we gotta see if we get his name up, John Damian, and then before we give away the quarter, we'll mention this because that was
There he is.
awesome. All right, so John Damian's here. Good, Frank. You got a trifecta, John.
John Porchella apparently now John, I've already heard the story. So if you claim it was the day is two, we're gonna call you out. But apparently John Porchella was walking down the beach and came across a freaking anchor that had cannonballs attached to it. Had cannonballs encrusted onto this anchor.
Okay.
And it wasn't a new anchor.
And they think it's from the 1715 fleet.
That's the kind of
Number one.
I would think, yeah.
Did you see the pile of sand behind it? The wall? There must have been some major erosion because there's a wall. If you look in the back of the picture, there's a big cut.
Right.
I got a question. Who keeps it?
That's the question. Does that automatically become part of a claim? If they can determine it's 1715 fleet, they're all claimed, right?
Why is it claimed? It was on dry sand.
Well, if it was above the tide line, I guess it's his.
Clear that picture was clearly above the tide line.
Now, is there something that they have that they can declare it a treasure and then the state can take it?
Now, John just said there was 8 feet of erosion,
Okay.
and he said the state took it.
Okay.
Why?
They probably deemed it a historic treasure.
And what does that mean? So what's he get out of it?
He gets the pictures that he took.
Yeah, I'd have got a friggin' tow truck and taken the goddamn thing.
You know, I would have been trying to carry it off the beach if I could. Come here, help me, old lady. Help me carry this thing.
Now, he's saying it was low tide in the water. So does that mean?
I mean, just part of a claim, probably, yeah.
Yeah, state's claiming it.
Should have pulled it up. Should have pulled it up.
I would have called the news. I would have called the news first and said, look what I found, because, like somebody was saying, everyone else is going to take claim for it. And this poor guy gets nothing.
Yeah.
And listen, you know me. I'm not, John Porchella won everything last year at FHA. You know me.
The sad thing is, here's the sad thing. I can get up tomorrow. I can go to Ocean City Beach and stand out in the sand, and I will have found exactly what John Porchella got. Nothing.
Oh.
But it was good while you got to look at it, John. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Wow, man. It's trash John Porchella night, and the guy's all happy because he found something neat.
John, look, I found this on the beach. Isn't it similar to what you found? What you got?
Look what I came home with.
Find. Can you imagine? It's a great find. I would lose my shit if I found that on the beach, dude. That's awesome. My joke wasn't about that he found it. That's a great find. And the joke is about he couldn't take it home.
What he got home. Well, listen, we know John's a good guy, and he can take us breaking his chops, but man. I don't know. I'd have called Mel Fisher Museum and said, come get this.
I'll give it to you for just a couple feet of that chain you pulled out that Mel pulled off that boat.
Yeah, well, I wonder if any like there's no salvage company that can claim it because how can
I don't know. And see, that's the thing is I don't know how it works.
I wonder if he followed the chain and it went to the wreck out in the middle of the ocean.
Could be.
Shelly's mad. All right, let's give away the last thing, and if John Porcello wins, we'll give him nothing.
And John, if you win this SLQ, you
We
just
keeping
pretend
it.
it's an anchor, buddy.
If John Porcello's name comes up, the state's keeping it.
Oh yeah, I just got a call from Florida. They said that if John wins, it's theirs.
Yeah, it goes to the state of Florida. Patricia Chabot. Patricia Chabot. Patricia Chabot. You got 1 minute to answer up for a standing Liberty quarter. Poor John.
I know that does stink, man. That
No.
stinks.
You know what? It don't break my heart because it's him. I told you. Guy wins a gold coin, an Equinox 800. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. All right, Patricia Chabot's here. We got you, babe. All right, so everybody's got to contact Frank with their address.
Everybody contact me. Please tell me what you want, and then in 2 weeks, contact me again and remind me.
Yeah, that's the way we work here at Detect America.
I promise. Listen, I put myself on a very strict schedule. If you win something by Christmas, it should be to you by the following Christmas party.
So I guess we're gonna let Ronnie say goodbye. We actually let Ronnie talk,
Yeah.
Yeah, we told the bear he could stay on a little longer.
which I thought we should have had the bear on tonight and let him talk.
Yep.
In for Ron, but I guess not.
Of course, the night Ronnie gets to talk is the night that Ronnie can barely breathe because he's got
Yeah.
COVID.
I'll be all right.
We put the guy to work when he's sick.
That's fine, man. I plug away, baby. You know me.
Ronnie, you're the best, man. I really are, and I'm glad you had a great time. And I'm
Yeah, it's a trip of a lifetime. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Not my lifetime, but for you.
All right, everybody. It looks like it's been a long night for me, and
go to bed.
I'm gonna tuck out and say goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Get your stuff shipped out tomorrow, will you? I need that stuff as of yesterday.
And if anybody has any questions about the trip, feel free to PM me.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. All right, good night. Thanks for being on.
All right, man. Good night.
All right.
There he is. So let me give a selfish plug. Wednesday, the 17th of August, I will be on Josh Kimmel's show, and we will be telling everything about what makes the new Aquatex tick, how they are different from every other headset out there, and we're gonna talk about the.
I got to tell you something. Let me tell you something about those Aquatex. I went out when I went in the lake with Rich. I was using the CTX with the Aquatex. Dude, I'm going to sue you for loss of hearing. And I only had one ear cuff working. We don't know. I don't know if it's the connection or because I never put a cap on that connection.
Yeah, I've had the same thing happen with sand in that connector.
Yeah, and you know me, I was always using that. I was using it without headphones for the longest time. So
yeah.
That doesn't mean that the headphones, but with one earmuff on, dude, that thing was blowing my ear out.
I just had someone had got a pair of CTX ones in particular, and the first words out of their mouth were, How does this thing make tones that I've never heard before? I said, it doesn't make tones you've never heard before. You've just never heard them before because it never had this kind of speaker.
Yeah, so that'll be a good show.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the old style of headphones and what you're missing when you're using them, and ghost tones that aren't really ghost tones, ghost numbers that aren't ghost numbers, that kind of crap.
So we still got to talk about getting people on the show. We got a couple weeks,
Yeah.
but we got to line up some people. We got to lock them in, get them in for our new season coming up. I know Wayne Wilson cannot.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Wayne on and talk to Wayne about that dig, man.
Wayne who? Dude, that guy is like so psyched at what he did. It's awesome.
He should be.
It should be. It's cool as hell. All right, so I guess me and you have to have a chat after the show. So
Yeah.
sign us out, buddy.
All right, guys, we'll see everybody next week.